When Noah went to sleep, he was 17 years old. When he woke up, the world had forgotten he existed. The first thing Noah noticed was the silence. No traffic, no voices, no sound of his phone buzzing, just silence. He opened his eyes and looked around his bedroom. Everything looked the same, but something felt wrong. His posters were gone, his clothes were gone, even the small scratches on his desk had disappeared. He sat up, confused. Where is everything? Then he noticed the date on his phone, June 14th, 2046. Noah stared at the screen. His hands started shaking. That couldn't be real. The last thing he remembered was going to sleep after finishing his homework. It was 2026, he was 17 years old. But according to his phone, 20 years had passed. He ran downstairs expecting to find his parents. Nobody was there. The house was empty. The furniture was covered in dust. Family photos were missing from the walls. It was like everyone had left years ago. Noah ran outside. The neighborhood looked completely different. The houses were taller. The roads were filled with silent electric cars. Drones flew through the sky. People walked past him wearing strange devices on their wrists, but nobody noticed him. Nobody looked surprised. Nobody knew who he was. Noah stopped a man walking down the street. "Excuse me, can you tell me what year it is?" The man looked at him strangely. 2046. Noah felt his stomach drop. "Do you know where the Carter family lives?" The man thought for a moment. "Carter?" He shook his head. "No idea." "My family. They lived here?" The man looked uncomfortable. "Sorry." Then he walked away. Noah spent the next few hours searching. He checked every house, every street, every place he remembered. Nothing. It was like his entire life had been erased. Eventually, he found an old public information screen outside a train station. He typed his name, Noah Carter. The screen loaded. At first, nothing appeared. Then one result showed, a missing person report. His own face appeared on the screen. Noah stopped breathing. Missing since June 14th, 2026. Last seen leaving his home. Estimated age at disappearance, 17. He stared at the screen. The world around him suddenly felt unreal. He hadn't traveled 20 years into the future. He had disappeared for 20 years. But how? Before he could think, a voice came from behind him. "You shouldn't have looked yourself up." Noah turned around. A woman stood there. She looked about 30 years old, but there was something familiar about her. Something he couldn't explain. "Who are you?" The woman stared at him. Her eyes filled with tears. "Noah." He stepped backwards. "How do you know my name?" She took a shaky breath. "Because I've been waiting 20 years for you to come back." Noah felt frozen. "Who are you?" The woman looked down. "My name is Emma." She paused. "I'm your sister." Noah laughed nervously. "No, I don't have a sister." Emma looked hurt. "You did." She reached into her bag and pulled out an old photograph. Noah took it. His hand started trembling. It was a picture of him as a child, standing beside a girl. The girl was Emma, but Noah had never seen her before. "Your parents never told you about me," she said. "Why?" "Because they thought forgetting me was the only way to protect you." Noah looked at her. "Protect me from what?" Emma looked around, then quietly said, "The reason you disappeared." A cold feeling moved through Noah. "What happened to me?" Emma didn't answer immediately. Instead, she looked toward the city. 20 years ago, the entire world thought you were dead." She looked back at him. "But I knew you weren't." "How?" "Because the night you disappeared," she swallowed, "you sent me a message." Noah frowned. "I never had a sister." Emma's voice became quieter. "You did." She looked directly into his eyes. "And you weren't the one who traveled into the future." Noah felt his heart stop. "What do you mean?" Emma stepped closer. "You were brought here." A loud noise interrupted them. Across the street, a large screen suddenly changed. A news broadcast appeared. The presenter looked serious. "We interrupt this broadcast with breaking news." Noah watched. "Authorities have confirmed the return of a person believed to have disappeared 20 years ago." His own picture appeared on the screen. Noah stepped backwards. The presenter continued. "Officials are asking the public to report any sightings of Noah Carter." Emma grabbed his arm. "We have to go." "Why?" She looked terrified. "Because they weren't looking for you for 20 years. She paused. "They were waiting for you." The city lights blurred as Emma pulled Noah through the empty streets. He kept looking back, expecting someone to follow them. "Who are those people?" he asked. Emma stayed silent until they reached an abandoned underground station. Behind a hidden door was a room filled with old technology and hundreds of screens. Noah walked closer and froze. Every screen showed him his childhood, his disappearance, his entire life. "What is this place?" Noah whispered. Emma looked at the screens. "This is where they watched you." Noah stared at her. "Why me?" Emma took a deep breath. 20 years ago, scientists discovered that time wasn't a single path. It was millions of possibilities happening at once. They wanted to see the future. You were the first person who could connect to it. Noah felt memories returning. Bright lights, machines, voices, fear. "They erased your memories," Emma said. "They wanted you to forget what happened." Noah looked at the screens. "Why did I come back now?" Before Emma could answer, the room turned red. A message appeared. Subject returned. The underground doors opened. The same man from the street walked inside. "Noah, we've been waiting for you." Emma stepped forward. "Stay away from him." The man looked at Noah. "You think I'm the villain, but 20 years ago we saw the future. Wars, disasters, millions of deaths. We tried to stop it." Noah stared at him. "By controlling everyone?" The man shook his head. "By saving them." He pointed at the screens. "But every change created another problem. You are the only one who can see all possible futures." Noah realized the truth. "You didn't bring me back to save the world. You brought me back to choose the future you want." The man said nothing. Noah looked at the screen showing endless possibilities. He finally understood. The future wasn't one path. It was millions of choices. A small act of kindness, a decision to forgive, a person choosing to help someone else. Those moments changed everything. Noah walked toward the machine. The man shouted, "What are you doing?" Noah replied, "Giving everyone a choice." The machine started shaking. Emma grabbed his arm. "If you do this, you might disappear again." Noah smiled. "Maybe I was never meant to stay." A flash of light filled the room. Then everything went dark. The next morning, the world continued as normal. Nobody remembered the experiment. Nobody remembered the people who tried to control time. Nobody remembered Noah Carter, except Emma. She found an old photograph on her desk. On the back was a message. "The future isn't something we find. It's something we create." Emma smiled. Years later, people told stories about the boy who vanished for 20 years and returned to change the world. Some believed he was a time traveler, others believed he was a miracle. But the truth was simple. Noah was just someone who got a second chance and used it to give everyone else one too. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Oren for more animated stories with twists you won't expect.